gloves quickly became numb and clumsy. Each snap of the fabric, each click of a pole locking into place, was a small victory against the encroaching despair. She had to build a snow wall around the tent to protect it from the wind. Using a small shovel from her emergency kit, she began to dig, cutting blocks of hard-packed snow and stacking them. It was back-breaking work. As she worked, her mind started to drift. She thought of home, of a warm cup of tea and the smell of rain on a summer afternoon. These thoughts were dangerous. They made the cold feel colder, the silence feel louder. She forced herself to focus on the task at hand. One block of snow, then another, then another. She recited facts in her head: the chemical composition of ice, the migratory patterns of penguins, the names of Antarctic explorers from long ago. Anything to keep the fear at bay, anything to stop her mind from thinking about how alone she was. The wall grew slowly, a fragile barrier against the immense power of the continent. Night fell, but it wasn't a true darkness. The sky turned a deep, bruised purple, and the snow seemed to glow with a faint, ghostly light. Inside her tent, zipped into her sleeping bag, Anna ate one of her precious energy bars. It tasted like cardboard, but it was fuel. She could hear the wind outside, a constant whining song. It felt alive. It felt like a predator circling her tiny shelter, testing it for weaknesses. Sleep was impossible. Every gust of wind made her jump. Was that the sound of the tent ripping? Was that the snow wall collapsing? Her imagination was running wild. The isolation was a physical weight. Back at base camp, there was always noise, the chatter of colleagues, the hum of machinery. Here, the silence was broken only by the wind and the creaking of the ice beneath her. It was a deep groaning sound, as if a giant was stirring in its sleep. Anna closed her eyes and tried to picture the faces of her family, but their faces were blurry, distant. The only thing that felt real was the cold, the darkness, and the terrifying living sounds of the ice. She was starting to feel like a prisoner, trapped in a cell made of snow and fear.
Perfect.
The blizzard did not arrive with a warning. It simply exploded. One moment, the wind was a low moan. The next, it was a screaming, howling banshee. The tent shook so violently that Anna thought it would be torn from its moorings and sent tumbling across the ice. Snow as fine as sand blasted against the thin fabric. It sounded like 1,000 tiny claws trying to get in. She huddled in her sleeping bag, her body rigid with terror. The snow wall she had worked so hard to build was no match for this. She heard a crack, then a whoosh, as a section of the wall